You know, it was just over a month ago when I shared with you that on one of my many weekend thrifting trips to antique malls and thrift shops and stuff like that, I came across a motherlode of great 70s and 80s era electronic toys. Among them, as I showed you in the photo, is this 1981 Coleco Bowlatronic. Now I saw it from a distance and I'm like, it looks interesting. I've never seen one before. It's kind of a good news, bad news scenario as far as a pickup. I will explain and we'll give it a try right after this.
This video brought to you in part by Tommy and the Order of Cosmic Champions. This exciting and heartwarming coming-of-age Gen X novel is available now. Check the link for more info.
Hey there, welcome back to Gen X Grown Up. I'm John and I am a Gen X Grown Up. Thank you for taking the time to click on this video. Yeah, so this 1981 Coleco Bowlatronic, just at a first glance from across the room, it struck me because it's so big, it's so unwieldy, not very heavy, but large compared to many other electronics of the era, having come out, as I said, in 1981. So I said it was kind of a good news, bad news situation. So let's start with the good news. The good news is it was only 10 bucks and it works, which I've already verified. The bad news is it's kind of beat up. It's kind of been through the ringer, but it's not been so brutalized or so overused that we can't give it a try and enjoy it and see what it would have been like to have it new. And maybe if we like it enough, I'll look for a better one for my collection later. But yeah, let's get to the table and check it out. This thing is such a unique shape that it's kind of going to be weird to shoot because it's super long and super narrow. So every shot will either be really wide to show you the entire width, or so narrow that we have, pad on the side, you're only going to see a little piece of it. But just knowing that, we'll work around it. Look, you can see what we have is this Bowlatronic. The bad news really with this is the condition. I'm thrilled that it works. I'm not even sure that every single LED in it lights up. Enough of them, of course, that I've been able to try it. And you can see a little tag here. It was just 10 bucks. That's all they wanted for it. And understandably so. It has plenty of condition issues. Let's start, I guess, with the area that is in the best condition as far as I can tell, and that's the control surface here. Look, you have these 4 positional buttons. They also control how many players. That's why the first 4 are red, and then 5, 6. Those are positions on the boards up here above. You can already see the little scuffing and scratching up there, and even down below here, you can see these little mar marks. We're going to see how much we can get off. Look, it is supposed to be this kind of I would say a tannish, brown, yellowish kind of color. That's correct. So I'm not going to try to whiten it or anything. That's roughly right. It's just so dirty and muddy. But also you have below here, you have the directional. This is the spin, how much spin you put on the ball. So in combination, you pick a position and how much rotation you're going to put on the ball. And that's going to determine the direction of travel and how it hits the pins up above. Speaking of up above, let's take a little tour up to the top here. And as we go, we're going to see just how rough this thing is. Look, at some point, it wasn't even a game for someone. It was a place to put your coffee cup or mug down there. I'm hoping that's just a little water staining. Look, the whole thing is okay. Under bright light, you can see, look at all this. Most of the lane markers are still there, I guess. And then finally you get to the what I guess I'll call the backboard or the backsplash. Behind here is where the pins light up. We'll see that in a moment. And then above here is where the little bowler will run across. As I show you the run through of the game, we'll see all of that in action. All those work together with the buttons down below. Flipping it over here, the back is not in much better condition. Look, you've got a speaker down here. You have, this would have been, at one point was, remember I always talk about how I like the sticker on here that tells you how to play the game if you lost the instructions. Even that's gone, and underneath it some squiggles, maybe that's from the factory, or I don't know. And then down here, of course, we have the battery door, and even the sticker on the battery door that tells you what kind of batteries, even that's torn up, which, all that is unfortunate, but luckily, on the inside, look, it uses 2 9-volt batteries for power, and those clips are still okay. There's kind of a plastic top here that feels a little bit brittle. Somebody just be careful with that when I put the batteries in it. But before we do that, it's time to clean this up as best we can. I'm going to begin by just getting this cellophane tape off that's holding the price tag. That's relatively new, so just a little adhesive there. That is not going to cause too much of an issue, I don't expect. You can also see on this back right corner, just looks like it's been splashed with mud, like if somebody went 4-wheeling and this was in the back of the truck or something. I'll move on next to this area that can see the most improvement, where I think it's a little scratch, but also just a little bit dirty. So just some light detergent here with a wipe and see how we can do. Now it's not going to get scratches out, of course. I think I'll go through too much extra effort here since the overall condition is not tremendous, but it deserves to be clean at least. You can see the playfield is certainly better now. It's not perfect, but we did get off the coffee cup stains or whatever is on there. You can see some light scratches down here, but all in all, better. Next, let me see what I can do getting these little marks off of the exterior, the outside edge frame plastic. I'm not super proud of this cleanup job. I mean, many of the marks on here, look, I got some dirt out of the marks, but the mark is indelible, or it's actually a ding or a dent. But that being said, look, it looks better than it did. The playfield at least is nice and clear. We'll have no trouble playing on that. Let's flip it over and get some batteries in it now. Get this little door off, and yep, just need to throw two 9-volts on there and we'll be in business. Up next, I'm going to go 10 frames on this Coleco Bowlatronic, but before I do, I'm going to very quickly remind you of our store over at GenXGrownUp.com/merch, where you can get cool original designs of nerdy stuff and video game stuff and pop culture and TV and movies and sports, all that cool stuff. Nice designs printed on shirts and hats and mugs and stickers and tees. Look, if you're in the market for something like that, please keep us in mind, because then not only will you get the thing you're looking for, but you support independent content creation like you see here on GenXGrownUp. Okay, let's go play. A little on-off switch here on the side, and on it goes. Okay, it's on, and it's yelling at me. It's just flashing how many players. So down here on the control panel, I'm going to push the 1. 1 player, frame 1, player 1. We're ready to bowl. So what you're seeing here is the 10 pins, of course. They don't flicker as much in person. I adjusted my camera as much as possible to reduce the flicker. Old LED games are going to do that. And across here is what they call the Pro Bowler. And the faster he's moving across the screen, the faster the ball is going to be thrown when you do throw. The catch is, if he gets all the way to here and you release, that's going to be a gutter ball. So it's kind of like golf games, how you adjust the swing, but you don't want to get it into the hook or slice position. This is just fast as you can get without being here. All right, I've tried to set up a shot that will allow you to see as much of the game as possible for this thing that is, 18, 20 inches long all the way across my table. So we're gonna look end on at it. Hopefully you can see the little Pro Bowler light moving across the top just above this white line. And you wanna hit the ball, you wanna throw it when he's right there on the very edge, but not when he's over there, as I said. And what you do is you do a combination of position on the lane, so from 1 to 6, and then you also need to push one of the spin buttons. How much do you want to spin? Plus, you can see down here that says hint. If you hit that, it'll give you an idea of what a recommended shot is. So let me hit the hint. So it's recommending go from 5 with a little left curve. You see that? Let's hit it again. And the little dot moves its way up the alley. Yeah. So what we want to do, what I've found easiest to do, is hold down the position and then tap the button when the Pro Bowler is right where you want him. So we're going to try to hit it just when he gets there. All right, so we got 7 is what that says. I know it's tiny, if you can see it. And even here, you can get a hint. We pretty much know what we want to do. 5 with a straight ball is my guess. Let's do hint. Oh, it's saying go from over there, but I think we can go from 5 with a straight ball. That's my guess. So let's see.
Nope, we didn't get any. That was terrible. So maybe the recommendation was better. All right, so still, we're on player 1. And here's the next frame. All right, frame 2. So same idea. I'm going to do this with a little curve. Ooh, that's 9. We got 9. All right, so 16 is my score now. Looks like I'm going to try to go from the 6th position with a straight. Oh, it's a gutter ball. Wah, wah. All right. It wants to go from over here with some curve. All right, we'll try it. We'll try it. With how much curve? Let's try a little more curve. About that much. There's a spare. We got the slash, so there's a spare. That's good. So we got 26 now. So rinse and repeat. We're going to keep going. 9 again? We got to get at least 1 strike, right? Come on. Same deal. I'm going to go from here with a little right curve. Got it. Spare. All right. Let's see. Let's try from the 3 position with some curve. Let's try this. No, let's go from the 5 position. Maybe that button doesn't work like I want it to. Oh, gutter ball. Wah, wah. All right, 78. Frame 8. Player 1. Couple more chances. I'm going to try from over here again with some more. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try with a 6 with more curve. We'll see how it goes. Not great. I broke 100. All right. What's the hit say? From about here with some curves, so we'll try it. Just off. Got a gutter. Doggone it. The button did work. It was just a little unreliable. All right, frame 9. Still 100. A little faster. Oh, I went the gutter. Oh, all right, maybe I get a spare with it. Maybe 100 is going to be my score on this game. Only about 5 that time. We'll get it. We'll get it. Oh, no, that was the spare. Oh, I forgot I had a gutter ball first. This is the 10th, so we're about to wrap it up, I guess, right? Let's go from here with a little curve. I got a few of them. 113, player 1. And that's it. That's it. Not a great showing of the bowling game, but we did okay. I'm not convinced every one of these buttons works like we'd like it to. You could take it apart. If it were in better condition, maybe. And if I don't find a better one, maybe I will take it apart and try that. Meanwhile, though, we can certainly give it a fair try. It's still beeping at me. It's so proud of my 113.
Having never owned or even seen this Coleco Bowlatronic, I really didn't know what to expect. And now having played with it a bit, condition notwithstanding, just considering the gameplay of it, I'm impressed. It kind of over-delivered. With just a few buttons, it's able to give you control of what speed, position, rotation, and then without having a screen, just with some LEDs behind that smoke glass, you can see the layout of the pins and kind of the movement of the ball. And all of that combines to give me more of a bowling experience than I would have expected from a device like this. And I'm quite a fan, I think. If I ever come across a nicer one, and it's reasonable, I'll likely trade up and move up to a nicer version of this Bowlatronic and release this one back into the wild, because it's nice enough. I think I would like to have a better one, maybe, if I get a chance. Look, I always and continue to cover these thrift store finds that I do here on the channel. I'll throw links to some other ones I've done recently here and here. Of course, I certainly hope you found something to enjoy in this video. I can't wait to talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.